Have you
times.
seen any such students as an example these days? What do you keep telling them to motivate them?
Yeah, so we keep having seminars or webinars or in person sessions, I along with my team here. And we keep telling them that, um, there are certain resources that College Board has also developed with the digital SAT. And the first one being the Blue Book. And the Blue Book is the format or the app wherein you do the actual test. So when you download the Blue Book on the College Board website, you also have some test previews. You have a full length practice test available. So there are about 8 to 10 full length practice tests available. There are shorter tests, which are the test previews. So do the full length practice test, look at your improvement areas, and then we have three more resources. And everything is free of cost. You don't have to spend even a money on practicing for the SAT. So you see the improvement areas and then go to Student Question Bank, which it's called as the SQB, Student Question Bank, again on the College Board website. There are thousands of questions. So go and prepare according to the improvement area that you have. If you still have doubts, go to Khan Academy. Khan Academy is the official SAT test provider. So they have practice tests, again, free of cost. Do those practice tests and come back to the Blue Book, take the second full length test. So, this is how we can tell them to prepare. There is one additional gaming kind of a thing that we have evolved in the Blue Book, which is called as the SAT question of the day. You can start with that question of the day and get ready to practice more and more questions. Besides that, we also have, in fact, Khan Academy has come up with peer to peer tutoring, which is also free of cost, and it's called as schoolhouse.world. So there you can have boot camps of SAT, and there you can register for those boot camps. They're in particular schedule. Register for that and have peer-to-peer tutoring. These are students who have already given the SATs. They have received a good benchmark of the score and now are ready to teach other students.
When it comes to holistic admissions, so how can students use these SAT scores, extracurriculums, essays, academics, to build their strong, college applications? How do they use all of this?
Generally, what happens is North American institutes, specifically, which includes US and Canada, they have this holistic admission process, and now even Indian universities have started using it. So, by the way, there are more than 60 Indian universities also that accept the SAT, besides 4,000 universities across the world. They accept the SATs for the undergrad admissions. So, when you talk about holistic admission, your scores are the first thing that a university looks at, but they look at it in a comprehensive way. So they look at your school grades, the high school grades. They look at a standardized test, which is like the SAT. They also look at English language exam. So whether it's TOEFL or IELTS or Duolingo, whatever. So they look at scores in a comprehensive way. And then comes your environmental context. How have you been brought up? What are the kind of resources that were given to you? They look at that as well in terms of essays or other questions that they ask you. They look at your critical thinking, your leadership skills in case you have done some extracurricular activities. They see all those things in those activities. And then they also look at if you've done some advanced research, advanced paperwork, like an advanced placement program, if that was a part of your curriculum. And of course, which curriculum are you from? Then your family background a bit as well. And that's why they call it as a holistic admissions framework. So they do not look at only the 12th score, or they do not look at only the SAT score. They will look at both these things combined together in a comprehensive way.
When we talk about some universities, like many universities are now opting for test optional, so when should student decide to submit these SAT scores for their strong applications?
I'm so happy you asked this question because many students and parents have this confusion when the universities say they do not require it. But when they say they do not require it, they're not saying we will not look at it. So the SATs give you always a level up than your peers across the world who are submitting the applications for that international seat, which is with the university. So unless the university says we do not look at the scores, we are test blind, then it's not required to submit the score. But when they say, they do not use the word optional generally, they use the word we do not require it, which means, in other words, that they are test optional. But when they are test optional, They're not asking for a score because they do not want a filter to be there. But if you submit the scores, they will look at it as a part of the holistic admission scenario.
Okay.
So they
So it's
might
better
have
to
certain
submit
bit.
the score.
It is always better, and especially if you've got good scores, then do submit it, because they might look at it, in case there is a tie between many students having the same kind of a percentage. And in India, everybody gets more than 95% if they're aiming for abroad. So if that is such a student or a cohort of students, then your SAT scores give you that added advantage.
Students from tier 2 and tier 3, so how is SAT going to unlock the opportunities for them, because many seek for merit scholarships and to get into top universities? So how is this SAT going to unlock their opportunities according to you?
Yeah, like I said, this is a standardized test. So, irrespective of the region you come from, and especially it's very useful for the students who are coming from the cities which are underrepresented, the schools that are not very common in terms of sending students abroad. If you're coming from that particular school or a city, then especially the SAT score would help you putting your score in front of the universities. We also have something called as a search. So when a student is registering for the SAT exam, a student is taken a consent from. So a student is asked whether you would like to send your scores to the universities or not. And the student can then, there are 4 score sends that are free of cost. A student can send the scores to these universities from their side. And beyond that also, if they want to send the scores to 8, 10, whatever universities, it's at a cost. But what I'm trying to say is that if a student has said, yes, the universities can contact me, then the universities worldwide, when they look at search, that student's data comes in front of them, and they can look at the data of a student and see that, okay, this is the SAT score or this is the PSAT score. That's how it helps.
Also, everyone are talking about AI everywhere. So artificial intelligence is transforming in education and workplace as well. So for students, apart from just concentrating on academics and curriculums, so what skills that they need to develop apart from all of this?
I'll come to it because it's part of the advanced placement that I want to talk about. But first, the SAT. One more thing important for the tier 2 and tier 3 cities, especially, is that College Board also has the SAT voucher program. So, and that's especially for the Indian students. So, if you are from a family that has an annual income which is less than 8 lakh of rupees, then you get a voucher of 90% to take the SAT. So it's not the $111 then that you have to spend. It's about just 1,000 rupees that you have to spend. So you would get a 90% voucher on the SAT, and that you can claim from the Buddy for Study website. So that's important for the student. And secondly, if the student wants to study in India, see, many of the students want to go abroad. I'm saying this although I know the focus is study abroad, but there are students who aspire to go abroad, but ultimately all of them cannot. So some of them stay back. How do they use the SAT score if they are good in it? So then the Indian institutions, some of them have collaborated with us in giving scholarships up to 100% tuition fee waiver as well. So if a student in India has applied to a university, there are about 8 to 12 out of the 60 that accept the SAT. And that list is available on our website. So they come under the India Global Alliance, where we want the students in India to get quality education, even if they are from a humble background. So if their score is more than 1,200, and if their family income is less than 8 lakh of rupees, and if they have submitted their applications for few of these universities, they get 100% tuition fee waiver in case they want to study in India.
That's great.
And similarly, they submit the SAT scores to foreign universities in a financial aid program. They get aid there as well. I will not say we directly use the AI, but SAT is adaptive. So one, it is a linear test form. So every student gets a unique test form in front of them. But when they do, there are 2 modules. So reading and writing and math sections are there. There are 2 sections. Both the sections have 2 modules each. Once they complete the first module, then the second module is an adaptive one, which comes up as per the response you have given in the first module. So that's why it's called as an adaptive test. So that's where SAT digitalness is important. Now, coming to AI and the future skill sets that the students use. Yes, it's very important. So, cloud, AI, data sciences, cybersecurity, these are things which are there in the future. And every institute is now gearing up for it. I mean, any latest university or the new age universities would have a data science program allocated to it. Cybersecurity is one of the forthcoming jobs in India. And in India, as per the latest CII report and the others also, there is a dearth of cybersecurity people. College board also understands this, and so does NASCOM. So do uh, players like IBM, Cisco, and others. So College Board has a program called as Advanced Placement. It's called as the AP curriculum, under which there are 40 subjects. It's an international curriculum. Students can register for the exam and they can do a self study, as well as if any school is teaching it, they can study in their own school also. Why I'm saying this is because College Board has recently come up with two AP career kickstart courses. One is business with personal finance, but the second one is cybersecurity. The cybersecurity is important in two ways. So AP cybersecurity gives you college credits like any other AP program, but this also has an endorsement from employers like IBM, Cisco, worldwide. There are more than 100 employers who have endorsed AP cybersecurity program. So, if your students are listening, they are still in high school, I would really encourage them to pick up AP cybersecurity. If the schools are listening, they should teach AP cybersecurity. There is no fee attached to teaching or studying, there is only a fee attached to taking the exam. But the kind of resources you will get by many students now, Gen Z is like they want to do the entrepreneurship after high school. They want to work after high school. They are
No one
very
wants to
career
work but give
focused.
work, yeah.
Yeah, not only learn but also give work to others. So the career kickstart courses are aptly meant for that. But yeah,
Right.
like you asked, the future is about AI. The future is cybersecurity. The future is data analytics. It's also called as the Trimurti in India now. So the students should go ahead with it.